reconfiguration took place 2 years ago, and we did so that we weren't having to change elementary school boundaries every year due to the enrollment growth. And one of the other things that we had were a situation in which our intermediate schools had room for more students. We actually went back to the configuration the intermediate schools were intended for, and that was to have 4th, 5th, and 6th grade students there, which gave us an opportunity in our elementary schools to lower the enrollment. We have added on to the junior high school, which gives us the ability to have 1,000 students per grade level, so we could have an enrollment of 2,000 students, 1,000 7th graders and 1,000 8th graders. We've also started to get ready to build on to Kitley, which will give us enough capacity for 500 students per grade level, or a school of 1,500. The administrative team and the school board have been working on another plan to add on to Edgewood Intermediate, which again will give them the ability to house 1,500 students.
Franklin Township has seen an enormous amount of enrollment growth in the past decade, especially in the last 5 years. In the last decade, we've increased just under 26%, about 2,800 students. In the last 5 years, it's been just right around 1,800 students, or about 15%. We did a demographic study by IU, Indiana University, and unfortunately it's fallen a little bit short. They were predicting about 200 kids a year for the next decade, and we've exceeded that. We're about 3 years ahead of projections. This fall's enrollment really exceeded our expectations. Our demographic study was planning on about 200 students, but based on our recent history and rolling up kids at grade level, we were expecting between 300 and 350. Looks like in the end, when we have our official count day here on September 17th, that'll be up about 550 students.
We currently have 4 big developments on Edgewood, Indian Creek, that there's not a single home being lived in yet, but we know that those homes are going to be lived in the next couple of years. People have moved here because Franklin Township schools are known for high academic achievement for the students and student success. Our kids go to Stanford and Harvard and Purdue and IU, and we just do a nice job academically with our kids.
We're lucky to be in a great community with great schools. When you look at it in Marion County, Franklin Central High School and all Franklin Township schools always rank at the top of Marion County schools. On a state level, we're an A-rated district. We have many A-rated schools, including Franklin Central High School. And nationally, Franklin Central High School is ranked in the top 15% of all high schools. In any indicator that you look at, the schools that we have are wildly successful, and we're extremely proud of them. As a school corporation, we consistently look at what post-secondary outcomes we're preparing our kids for. From curriculum to courses to opportunities for kids, we're always growing those opportunities and connecting to those post-secondary outcomes. Facilities goes along right with that. As you're creating courses and opportunities for kids, the spaces in which they learn change over the years. So anything that was built in the 1970s would be preparing a kid for a post-secondary outcome of 1970. So sitting here in 2021 and flowing into 2022, we want to make sure that our spaces are updated so that our kids are experiencing what any high school kid would experience across the state, across the country, so that they're as prepared as they possibly can be for anything that they may encounter after high school.
If you've driven through Franklin Township, you know housing developments are starting all over the area. We don't expect any slowdown in the next 3 to 5 years. Still plenty of land to develop, still a lot of parcels under development as well. Housing starts has had a tremendous impact on our enrollment as we've seen growth here in the last few years and expect growth in the future. We've had to do a number of things as far as grade configuration, additions to our buildings. We've added on at the junior high. We're about to add on to Kitley Intermediate. We're looking at adding on to Edgewood Intermediate as well as a potential new elementary school. Also looking for the future as a potential referendum for the high school for an addition and renovation. So it's having a tremendous amount of impact on our enrollment and space available.
As we get more students, therefore we have to hire more teachers, and we need a place to put those teachers and students. And we've developed a plan that there are 25 kids per classroom. How many classrooms would we need in order to have that 1,000 student capacity at each grade level? I think the growth is exciting for the fact that it answers what could be.